right, today we're going to talk about something that might just change the way you think about, well, everything. We're diving into the pretty radical philosophy from Bill Perkins's book, Die with Zero. It's an idea that really challenges everything we've ever been taught about work, money, and retirement.
So let's just kick things off with a big, provocative question that really gets to the heart of it all. For our whole lives, we've been told that a huge bank account is the ultimate sign of success. But what if that's totally backwards? What if the real failure isn't running out of money, but running out of time to actually use and enjoy it?
And this slide just lays it out so perfectly. The old way of thinking, the old goal, was all about one thing: making your net worth as big as possible. But the new goal, the die with zero way, is to maximize what Perkins calls net fulfillment. Basically, to measure your life not by the dollars in your account, but by the richness of your experiences. Okay, so to really get this new idea, we first have to take a hard look at the old one. The script that most of us are following, probably without even thinking about it. Yeah, this is the blueprint, isn't it? The one we've all been handed. Work your tail off for 40 plus years, save every penny you can, and then finally, at age 65, you get to have your fun. But you have to remember, this model was designed for the industrial era, a time when life was shorter and jobs were way more physically demanding. The real question is, does that script still make any sense for us today?
So let's get into the new way of thinking. This is where we really make the big shift from a life that's measured in financial assets to one that's measured in something, well, a whole lot more valuable. And this quote, man, it's just so brutally honest. Perkins points out that when it's all said and done, you're not going to be replaying spreadsheets in your head. You're going to be replaying moments. The trip you almost didn't take, the laugh you had with a friend, that time you took a risk. Money is just the tool to help create those moments.
And that leads to this absolutely brilliant concept he calls memory dividends. Look, we all get compound interest from money, right? You invest early, it grows over time. Well, Perkins says memories work the same way. An amazing experience you have at 30 pays you these emotional dividends for the next 50 years. But if you wait and have that same experience at 70, it might only pay dividends for 10 years. The lifetime return on that investment is just wildly different. And it's not just a nice idea. The data actually backs us up. A recent Allianz survey found that a huge number, 61% of retirees, wish they had focused more on experiences earlier in life instead of just saving. It's not that saving is bad, of course not. It's just that waiting too long, well, that has a cost of its own. Okay, so if the old script is broken, how do we write a new one? This is all about getting off autopilot and instead starting to intentionally design the life you want. And this is just so powerful. There's this incredible study from Harvard. It's one of the longest running studies on human happiness ever. And after following people for over 80 years, you know what they found? The best predictor of a long, happy life wasn't how much money they made or what their net worth was. It was the quality of their relationships and the shared experiences they had. Perkins breaks life down into these 3 seasons, and it's such a simple but profound way to look at it. Because the hard truth is that some experiences have an expiration date. Backpacking across a continent is probably a go-go years activity. A comfortable cruise might be perfect for the slow-go years. You just can't postpone everything until retirement because your health and your energy are constantly changing. So here's the kicker, right? Money itself changes. A dollar at age 30 can buy adventure, risk, things that require a lot of physical energy. But that exact same dollar at age 80, it's much more likely to be spent on comfort or medical care. The goal is to spend your money when it can buy you the most life. And this brings us to what might be the hardest but most important question of all. When is enough actually enough? Because there is a point where working for more money costs you more than it's worth. You see this all the time, especially with people who are really successful. It's the just one more year trap. One more promotion, one more bonus. But what we're really doing is trading our most precious, non-renewable resource, our time, for something we can always get more of, money. Let's just make this super clear. You can always figure out a way to earn more money. It's replaceable. But you can never get back the energy you had at 35. You can't rewind the clock to see your child's 8th birthday party again. Those things are irreplaceable. And at some point, hoarding more money just becomes a pile of future regret. I absolutely love this reframing. We're all so obsessed with the math of our safe withdrawal rate, how much we can take out without running out of money. But what if we're asking the wrong question? The real question should be, what's our safe enjoyment rate? The focus shifts from just security to active, planned fulfillment. Okay, so here we are, the final, boldest piece of the puzzle. This is what your ultimate goal should look like according to this philosophy. I mean, really think about this for a second. Every single dollar you earn represents a piece of your life energy. The hours you worked, the stress you endured, the sacrifices you made. If you die with millions of dollars left in the bank, that is literally life energy you never got around to converting into memories or joy or impact. It's just wasted potential. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Is he telling me to be reckless? No, not at all. It's actually the opposite. The concerns are real. What if you live to be 105? What about a huge medical bill? The answer isn't to just hoard money out of fear. It's to plan intelligently. That's exactly what tools like insurance, annuities, and long-term care plans are for. This is about being calculated, not careless. And this quote, it just sums up the entire idea perfectly, doesn't it? The point isn't to be the wealthiest person in the graveyard. The goal is to die empty, having fully used up all of your resources, all of your time, your health, and your money to live the absolute fullest life you possibly could. So I'll leave you with this question, because this isn't just some interesting theory, it's a call to action. I want you to think right now, what's one experience you keep putting off for someday? Because if there's one thing this philosophy teaches us, it's that while your bank account measures your money, it's your memories that truly measure your life.